Hi, my name is Evan. I'm the Get It Together man, and today I'm assembling the Members Mark Pro Series 4-burner gas grill. So as is my custom, here I'm getting out all the parts, laying them out so I can see them. There's not necessarily labels on these, but they're all unique, and I like to be able to see exactly what I'm dealing with here, so I'm getting everything out of the box and laying them out where I can see it. I'm working on a driveway here, so I'm putting some of the cardboard down to prevent from scratching the pieces. I'm using my containers to sort out the hardware. The only tools you'll need to assemble this are a Phillips screwdriver and a knife to unbox things. And as I've said in pretty much all my other videos, I love to use some folding tables to get up off the ground. And you can see here I've clipped the bag onto my table to keep track of the trash. That just helps keep the work area a little tidier. There are parts inside the grill, which you see there. I did not realize that, but I just got those out. I'm organizing those before I get started with the actual assembly. This is the first time I've assembled this product, so you'll get to see me figuring it out as we go, reading the book, and hopefully it'll help you with your own assembly. And if you don't want to do it and you live in the St. Louis area, look me up on my website, getittogetherman.com, and I'd be happy to come assemble your grill for you. These wheels here come with an interesting tool. I'm showing it here that fits in through these holes and locks the rotating part in place so you can screw the caster into the bottom of the grill. It's pretty handy. Got a little confused by the instructions, thinking I needed 4 of those little tool things, but you just need the one and you use it for all 4 wheel assemblies. Like I said, you just need a screwdriver to assemble this. I'm getting the screws started with my fingers there, and then I'm using my drill with a Phillips head attachment on it. I've got an extender on there, which I think you might want to do as well. That'll give you some room to make a better angle to actually get your driver onto the screw. This red part here is the igniter assembly. There's a battery in there and the wires hook up to it later to create a spark to light the burners. Here you can see that little part didn't fit in, so I loosened the bolts and put the back wall in there and then tightened everything back down. Lifting the top of the grill here would definitely be easier with 2 people for this part, and then in a few minutes here putting the grill on the box that I just made would definitely be easier with 2 people as well. But that's why I like to have a table, because that's about the right height to just slide this off the table and onto the box later. So it's doable with 1 person, but if you got a buddy for that part, that would be definitely helpful. And you can see here I'm right against the garage door, and so when the grill is on its back like that, the top part wants to open, and so I've got it leaned against the door. Watch out for that if you don't have something for it to lean against. Now we're going to assemble the shelves that go on the left and right of the grill, and you can see I'm turning the piece around. I'm getting it oriented the exact same way that it is in the book on the picture, so that you can tell what the left and right is and where all the parts go. You can see here I put a longer extension on my drill as well. This is so that you can get a good angle onto the top of the bolt to screw it in, since that wall's right there. Okay, here's another tool that may come in handy just in general, but it's a 90-degree turn for your impact driver or electric screwdriver. See, I can put the drill in one side and the bit in the other, and I can turn the corner there. I ended up needing this to fit in the tight space to get these screws. This part was a little tricky, getting the burner hooked up to the gas line under there, or the knob actually that controls the gas. See, there is how it connects, but and then there's a little wire clip that actually holds it together here and installing it there. Then there's 3 wires that go through this hole in the compartment into that red igniter control that I installed earlier. Here I'm trying to figure out which plugs into where. There's 2 short and 1 long, and then the places where they plug in there's a couple that are wider than the others too. So just pay attention to what the book says. You should be good to go, but it was a little confusing to figure out. This is about the point where I realized that there's a ground wire that should have been attached to a screw that holds on the red igniter assembly. So I had to flip back and figure that out. It wasn't shown super clearly, but the ground wire has a loop on it that just goes over one of the screws that hold that red thing. Alright, this is about the last step. This is assembling the doors. Now, this has 2 plastic sleeves and 2 bolts on each door that go into the handle there from the back. And if you're not careful, you could drop the screw down into the door, and it'd be probably really hard to fish back out again, but that's kind of what the plastic sleeve is for. You put the screw on your driver first, and then that plastic sleeve, and then you saw I kind of had it on its side or upside down so the screw wouldn't fall off. And then drive it into the handle. Okay, thank you for watching, and I hope that helped you assemble your own grill. If you need help with assembly, please visit my website, and